The Indian Sports Network is on the air. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, whatever this happens to be. This is Kenny Masterson coming to you live from Clopton High School in Pike County. I guess basically we're on the outskirts of suburban Painesville. And tonight, the game you are going to see and hear will be the third place game. And it will be between the Winfield Warriors and your Elsberry Indians. And this is the 23rd annual Clopton tournament. This is the boys' half of the tournament. This will be the final night. Last night we had the girls' championship, third place in consolation games. And Elsberry Lady Indians won the third place game in that half of the tournament. But we're not there. We are here. And this is the boys' half of the third place game. And like I said before, it's pitting the 5 and 8 Winfield Warriors against the 5 and 6 Elsberry Indians. These two teams have met two times already this season. Elsberry came out on top of both of those games. On November the 16th, Elsberry defeated Winfield 56-44. And then in the Winfield tournament on November the 27th, Elsberry also won that game 55-39. Elsberry is seated second in this tournament. Winfield is seated fourth. And the way they got to the positions to be in this third place game, Winfield on January the 1st played Clopton, defeated Clopton 68-59. And then on Thursday, January the 3rd, they went up against Monroe City and hit a brick wall there. They were defeated by Monroe City 60-30. And that put Winfield in the third place game, put Monroe City in the championship game, which will be the game after this one tonight. Elsberry got to this position by defeating Wright City on January the 1st, 60-52. And then on January the 3rd, they went up against Van Far, and they were defeated by Van Far 74-44. That put Elsberry in the third place game and Van Far in the championship game. And okay, we'll talk about the consolation game that just went on. Find my ink pen here so I can write this stuff down. In the consolation game they just played, Clopton came out on top of that game. It was a very even game up until, about the third quarter or so. And then Clopton pulled way ahead, but ended up winning 54-46. Louisiana came on pretty strong there in the last half of the fourth quarter. But catching someone is one thing and passing them is something different. But either way, that's how we are, where we are right now. So, get these turned back over here. And at this time, let's go ahead and go through the rosters as they were handed to me. Playing on the roster tonight anyway, playing for Winfield is number 10, a junior, Bryant Reeves. Number 14, a senior, Colin Sutton. Number 20, a senior, Brendan Wilson. Number 22, a junior, Chase Rankin. Number 23, a sophomore, Chasen Newman. Number 24, a junior, William Killingham. Number 30, a sophomore, Nolan Rikers. Number 32, a senior, Ian Pruitt. Number 34, a junior, Charles Rhodes. Number 44, a sophomore, Cannon Schutte. And number 52, a sophomore, Gregory Penrod. Head coach for Winfield Warriors is Brian Kime, and assistant coach is Austin Godfrey. Now on the roster tonight for your Elsberry Indians. Number 1, a junior, Cody Thornhill. Number 3, a freshman, Jack St. Pierre. Number 11, a senior, Hunter Grills. Number 12, a senior, Derek Taylor. Number 20, a freshman, Joel Mound. Number 24, a junior, Jake Reimel. Number 44, a senior, Garrick Hill. Number 50, a freshman, Bo Henry. And number 54, a senior, Trevor Anthony. Head coach for the Elsberry Indians is Chad Twellman, assisted by Andrew Hopkins. Excuse me there while I choke into the microphone. Managers are Mackenzie Johnson, Lauren Eberhardt, and Jada Irving. The cheerleaders for Elsberry: Emily Bangy, Olivia Dietrich, Cameron Houston, Gracie Mahurin, Jamie Richards, Julia Vaughn, Taylor Barber, Garrett Hall, Camarose King, Mackenzie Maneri, Madison Steen, Cassidy Young, Jade Cooper, Megan Henry, Haley King, Megan Moyer, and Brittany Taubig. Cheer coaches, Carrie Braden and Faye Mays. So that's the rosters as they'll be playing tonight. And again, like I said, in the prior 2 meetings of these 2 teams, Elsberry came out on top, both of them, by a pretty good score, 10 or 12 points each one of them. So 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining until this game starts. Let's go ahead and try to get a couple commercials in here before they give the starting lineups.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that, but when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, we are back, and they are getting ready to do the starting 5 for each team. Here's the announcer. Looks like they're, I don't know whether they're going to do Elsberry or, Elsberry's going to be the home team for this game. They're in their white uniforms. Winfield is in the red uniforms. Starting for Elsberry tonight, Hunter Grills, Derek Taylor, Jake Reimel, Garrick Hill, and Trevor Anthony. That is your starting lineup for your hometown Elsberry Indians. Move the camera over here for the Winfield side. Number 10, Bryant Reeves. Number 20, Brendan Wilson. 23, Chasen Newman. Number 32, Ian Pruitt. And 34, Charles Rhodes. That is the starting five for the visiting Winfield Warriors. And while they get ready, I'm going to pull out some of my halls here, try to keep my throat soothed. And we are going to have, as usual, Trevor Anthony will be jumping to begin this ball game in the tip-off. Don't know yet who he's going to be jumping against. As you can see, Winfield is still huddled up. They're getting ready to come out. Game starting about 6 to 7 minutes late. And it looks like number 34, Charles Rhodes, will be tipping off for Winfield. There it is, and Winfield takes control. Bryant Reeves has the ball. He gets it over to Brennan Wilson, and he is immediately called for traveling. Derek Taylor takes the inbound pass, brings it up, passes it over to Hunter Grills. He's guarded pretty heavily. Jake Reimel into Trevor Anthony, and he put it right into the arms of the Winfield player. That was Brendan Wilson that stole that pass. And Winfield is up for the first 2 points. That was Ian Pruitt with those 2 points. Now here's Trevor Anthony going in for his 2 points, and they're good. Ties to score at 2-2. Trevor Anthony just stuffed that ball back behind him. Jake Reimel going in strong, throws it up there, nothing doing. Derek Taylor puts it up and good. 4-2 lead, Elsberry. Here's a three-point attempt by Winfield, and it's good. That is Ian Pruitt. Gives Winfield back a 5-4 lead. And that ball is stolen once again. The pass was stolen by Winfield, and Hunter Grills just stole it right back at the other end of the court. He brings it up, wants to slow it down some. Had it on the outside baseline to Jake Reimel. He was so hot there a couple of nights ago on three-pointers. And that pass is picked off. And that was Charles Rhodes that took it up, and the shot was no good. We got a foul called on Hunter Grills. First foul of the game, so obviously his first foul. First shot is up, and it's no good. Second shot. And it's no good. But the ball rebound gets tipped back to Winfield, and they maintain control. Here's a three-point attempt. No good. Rebound to Winfield. They put the ball up. No good. Rebound again to Winfield. All these offensive rebounds that Winfield's getting. That was Brendan Wilson that attempted that three-pointer and didn't get it. Now there's a three-pointer by Ian Pruitt. Oh, there's a Really hard foul. Unintentional, but it was a hard foul. Bryant Reeves just piled right into Jake Reimel. But then in a show of sportsmanship, helped him get up. Eight to 4, Winfield early here in his first quarter. And there was a three-pointer by Derek Taylor. That takes it back to an 8 to 7. 8 to 7 lead for Winfield. There's a quick 15-footer for Ian Pruitt. Joel Mound with the ball, takes it back outside. He could have driven in, decided against it. Jake Reimel blew a tire. They get the ball inside to Garrick Hill. He goes up and cannot get the ball to drop. Rebound was by Trevor Anthony, and he couldn't get the ball to drop in. But he did draw the foul. And the first shot is off the front of the rim, no good. Second shot is up, and it's good. Takes Winfield back to just a 2-point deficit for Elsberry. And I was not looking at the referee when he called that. I don't know what he called. I would assume something like double dribble. Meanwhile, Elsberry has the ball. Down by 2 points. They get it in deep to Garrick Hill. He puts it up, and it's good. Ties the score at 10. And that ball is knocked out by Trevor Anthony. And in the ensuing scrum, they call a jump ball, and on alternating possessions, that gives it right back to Elsberry. Reimel throws it into Joel Mound. Here's Derek Taylor for three. No good, but Garrick Hill got the rebound and put the ball up, and good. Elsberry's back with a 12-10 lead. And his free throw was up and good. 3:58 remaining in the first quarter. 13-10, Elsberry over Winfield. Ball getting thrown around a lot out there. Some of it's just a little out of control. Here's a three-point, no good. And they called a foul on Winfield then, a pushing foul. And that gives the ball, let's see, that was on Colin Sutton. It's his first. Jake Reimel gets the ball up to Garrick Hill. He gets it over on the far wing to Derek Taylor. Now it's out. Derek Taylor back right on the baseline, throws it up, and it does not drop. And there was a foul on Trevor Anthony, his first foul. And just like that, Winfield throws the ball away. So here we've got Joel Mound bringing the ball up the court. Elsberry not showing any sense of urgency. There's a three-point shot by Joel Mound, and it's in there. And that ball rolled out of bounds off of Elsberry, stays with Winfield. Winfield's got it under their basket, gets it in. There's a short 15-foot shot for Ian Pruitt, and he missed it. Let's get the camera moved down here. I reached up there and grabbed nothing. Joel Mound has it on the outside. They get it into Trevor Anthony at the free throw line. Now here's Garrick Hill for three. Not quite there. Winfield up with the rebound. And they called a foul there on Jake Reimel. That'd be his first of the game. That shot was up and no good. It was more in than out, but the out won. Derek Taylor brought it up the court. Now they got it on the outside to Reimel, back to Mound, back to Reimel. He's looking for anything he can find there. Over on the far corner to Derek Taylor. There they got, tried a fancy little alley-oop type pass. Winfield picked it off and threw it off the head of their own player to get it out of bounds to Elsberry. Jake Reimel gets it in right under the basket to Garrick Hill. And he's got it over to Trevor Anthony. He drives the baseline, takes it in and cannot get it to drop. But the ball goes off of Winfield and Elsberry does maintain control of it. 1 minute, 19 seconds remaining in this first quarter. We got a score of Elsberry 16 and Winfield 10. Reimel throwing it in, and here is Garrick Hill for another three. It looked like it was going to be short. Reimel got the rebound, but couldn't get the ball to go up in the air. And now we got a rugby play there. And out of all of that, they are calling a jump ball, I guess. And on the alternating possessions, that goes to Winfield. Here's a three-point attempt. No good. Buddy gets his own rebound. And Garrick Hill just strong-armed his way into that rebound. There's Derek Taylor with a three-pointer, no good. And the entire team backed away. There was nobody there to get that rebound except 5 Winfield players. 30 seconds remaining in the quarter. And I believe that foul is going to be on Trevor Anthony. That's his second foul. We're still in the first quarter. That puts Charlie Rhodes at the line. Going to be there for 2 shots. First shot is up and no good. And now he's setting up for 1 shot. This ball will be in play if he misses. But he doesn't. That takes the score 16-11. 21 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Elsberry's coming up for the last shot. Got Jack St. Pierre in there now. And Derek Taylor just drove his way in for 2 points. That's the end of the first quarter. After 8 minutes of play, we have Elsberry 18 and Winfield 11. Let's take a break.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher habits and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you will be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back to start this second quarter. Jake Reimel has the ball out of bounds, gets it into Derek Taylor. They're just going to play pitch and catch, and there's a three-pointer by Taylor, three-point attempt, I should say, because it didn't make it. Meanwhile, Winfield has the ball trying to drive in. Bryant Reeves, a little bit of trouble holding on to that ball. Jake Reimel stole that ball right away, but his pass was errant. And Winfield came up with it. They drove in, could not get it. There's a long three-pointer for Bryant Reeves, not there. And we have a foul on that play on Derek Taylor. That's his first foul of the game. That puts Chasen Newman on the line for 2 shots. First shot is up and rolls around and falls out. Second shot is up, bounces around, and I believe that's going to stay with Winfield. Garrick Hill didn't agree with that. He feels like it was knocked out of his hands. But either way, Winfield has the ball right underneath their own basket. Ball way out in between the circles to Bryant Reeves. He passes it around. Ian Pruitt has it. He's quite the three-point shooter. There is Colin Sutton with a 15-foot shot that would not drop. Hill with the rebound, and Derek Taylor brought it up, and now Jack St. Pierre has the ball out on the wing. Gets it over to Reimel, and there's Jack St. Pierre with a long two-pointer. Not good. And they're getting the rebounds, they just can't get the shots. Bo Henry had 2 shots up there. He got his own rebounds, 2 shots. Couldn't get him to drop in. Finally ended up with a jump ball, and on alternating possessions, that turned it back over to Winfield. So now we have Winfield bringing it up the court. 18-11 lead. Elsberry over Winfield. There's a three-point attempt, not there. Colin Sutton with the rebound. cross-court pass over to Bryant Reeves. Charles Rhodes tried to get it onto the baseline. Ian Pruitt has it now, and Jake Reimel tried to steal the ball, just put himself out of the play. And Garrick Hill finally comes up with the rebound after all those shots. So with Elsberry with the ball, they call a timeout to talk things over. Let's take a break.
These days, the concept of value matters more than ever. And you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains.
Okay, they didn't give me time to get that commercial in there. So at this point in time, we have Elsberry in possession of the ball. It was knocked out of bounds. Pass was broken up and knocked out of bounds by Winfield. So Jake Reimel has the ball outside. He gets it in right to a Winfield player. He gets it right in there to Bryant Reeves. They take the ball down the court, and here's a three-point attempt. Derek Taylor had the rebound and let the ball slip out of his hands. And there was Bryant Reeves with a three-pointer. That takes the score 18-14. And here's Garrick Hill driving in. Cannot get the ball to drop. And I believe they call it, yes it was a foul on Bo Henry. That gives the ball back to Winfield. Garrick Hill sitting down, Trevor Anthony coming in. And there's a three-pointer, no good. Elsberry just can't seem to come up with these rebounds. There was about a 12 to 13 footer right there for Bryant Reeves. Takes the score 18-16. There we go. There was Hunter Grills in with a layup. 20-16. And I'm not really sure what happened there, but the ball went about 200 feet in the air. It was high enough it needed red lights on it. Winfield, with the ball out of bounds, gets it thrown in. And on the throw-in, there was a foul called on Joel Mound. That's his first of the game. That puts Brendan Wilson on the line with a 1-and-1 due to the 7 team fouls against Elsberry. Only 4 against Winfield. First shot is good, so he gets a second shot. Second shot is good. We have a 2-point ball game, folks. 20-18. Elsberry over Winfield. And Bo Henry was going in. He was going in for a layup and lost the handle, and now here was a really bad foul picked up by Derek Taylor. That was a frustration foul there. Maybe that can be his mulligan for the game, but he doesn't need to be doing any fouls like that. Meanwhile, that puts Bryant Reeves at the line. First shot is up and good. 20-19. With this shot, Winfield could tie it up. Second shot is up and good, and we have a tied ball game. Tied up all at 20 apiece. Heavy pressure by Winfield. Here's Bo Henry bringing it up. I'm sorry, that was Joel Mound bringing it up. Got it to Joel Henry. Now Derek Taylor has it here on the near wing. He's just going to drive it on in. Puts it up and good. Heck of a play. 22-20, Elsberry takes the lead. Winfield with some really high cross-court passes. Here's a long three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Charles Rhodes of Winfield. Here's another three-pointer. No good. And now there was Brendan Wilson underneath the basket, got it in there, ties the game up at 22. Still heavy pressure by Winfield. And they break the ball loose. Who was that? That was number 22. That was Chase Rankin. Drove in, couldn't get the bucket to drop, but he was able to draw the foul on Trevor Anthony, and that's his third foul. There's still 2:35 remaining in the first half, and Trevor Anthony has himself his third foul already. So we have Chase Rankin at the line. First shot is up and it's good. Winfield takes the lead. So Trevor Anthony has to sit down and Garrick Hill comes back in the game. Second shot bounces around and it goes in. 2-point lead for Winfield. Still heavy pressure. And there was a foul called on Bryant Reeves. Hunter Grills was trying to bring it up, and he was fouled, but that's only the 5th team foul, so there's not going to be any 1-and-1. And we have a foul on the floor. That foul was on Chasen Newman. That's his second. Derek Taylor sitting down, being attended to by medical. Not sure what they're looking at. Meanwhile, Jake Reimel comes into the game. And there was a shot that was no good, and a foul was called on the floor on the rebound. That foul was on Garrick Hill, his first foul of the game. Glad that's only his first. We don't need Trevor Anthony and Garrick Hill in foul trouble. I think Bo Henry only has one foul. Shot is up and it's good. 3-point lead for Winfield, 2:20 remaining in the first half. Second shot is up and it's good. 26-22. Garrick Hill brings the ball up the court, and the ball was just picked right out of his arms. And there was Colin Sutton drove the length of the court. Elsberry calls a timeout with the score 28-22. Winfield on a run.
The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back. Like I said before, I took a break. 2:02 remaining in the first half. Winfield has really been putting heavy pressure on Elsberry, and it's paid off for them. They've run up the score now to a 6-point lead, 28-22. Right now, they're controlling almost every aspect of this game. On the throw-in, there was a foul on Chasen Newman. It's going to put Garrick Hill at the line for a 1-and-1. And that's 3 fouls on Chasen Newman, so each team has a player with 3 fouls. First free throw bounces in. 28-23. Garrick Hill sets up for his second shot. Bounces off the front of the rim, no good. Winfield up with the rebound. Elsberry with some pressure, but they couldn't get anything to happen. We have a three-pointer. That three-pointer was Charles Rhodes, and it was good. Long pass to Jake Reimel. He drives in, the shot was no good, but he does draw the foul. Meanwhile, Winfield's pulled out to an 8-point lead. Jake Reimel at the line. First shot is good. Second shot is no good, and Winfield with the rebound. But Joel Mound stole that ball right back, and here's Jake Reimel with the three-pointer, and it's good. Just like that. Back to a 31-27 lead for Winfield. And there's Winfield driving the line in there. Charles Rhodes. 2 points. Here's Jake Reimel driving hard. It's along the baseline, takes it back out to Hunter Grills. There's Joel Mound for 3, no good. Winfield with the rebound. And here's a three-pointer, no good. Hunter Grills, less than a minute remaining in the first half. And that ball went off the hands of Jake Reimel. And there was Charles Rhodes again for another layup. And just like that, Winfield's back up to an 8-point lead, and they throw it away again. And blocking foul called on Garrick Hill. That's his second of the night. 22 seconds remaining on the clock. Bryant Reeves on the line for Winfield. First shot is good. 36-27 Winfield. Second shot is all there. 10-point lead. 22 seconds remaining in the first half. 10-point lead for Winfield. 37-27. And that tackle was called on number 14 for Winfield, Colin Sutton. It's going to put Garrick Hill on the line. Let's see, it's only 9 team fouls. That puts him on the line for a 1-and-1. So he needs to make the first shot. He needs to make both of them. Shot is up and it's good. Second shot is off the front of the rim but falls in. So 37-29, 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Winfield has the ball. They get the ball up the court. Colin Sutton tries to drive the baseline, wasn't there. Now he drives it again, wasn't there. Bo Henry up with that rebound and draws the foul. See who, whoa. Oh, they called a foul on Bo Henry. Wow. Okay, that's his second foul. Puts Colin Sutton at the line for 2, and his first shot is good. 5.5 seconds remaining. 9-point lead for Winfield. Second shot is up, and it's no good. Garrick Hill with the rebound. There's a shot by, and it's good. There was a miraculous shot by Joel Mound. That right at the buzzer, that ended the first half. The score 38 Winfield and 32 Elsberry. So, let's see, 38-32 Winfield. So, at the end of the first half, that was the score, 38-32. Let's take a break till we come back with the third quarter.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay, Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust, Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Missouri's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker at our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about. We all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird luck showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home, using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I could check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better healthcare. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Elsberry Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We have numerous programs to help your wallet as well as save precious time. Save money with our RX Savings Club program, and you can save time with our medication synchronization program, where we fill your prescriptions at the same time each month. We also offer our medication adherence program to help you remember to take your medications on time as prescribed by your doctor. Better value, better service, better health care. Locally owned and operated, and proud to be your local independent pharmacy in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
And we are back to start this third quarter of this third place game. Elsberry going from the left to the right now as you're looking at your TV or computer or whatever you're looking at. I guess I'm a little old-fashioned here looking at your TV. At least it's not a radio dial. Hunter Grills stole the ball, puts it up and will not drop in. Winfield with a long three-pointer there. Bo Henry up with the rebound. And there's Derek Taylor bringing it up. Derek Taylor playing with 3 fouls. There's a three-pointer by Hunter Grills. No good, and the ball went out of bounds off the rim. So it's over to Winfield. 38-34, Winfield over Elsberry. 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Winfield has the ball out on the perimeter, gets it out. Still out now to the near corner. Cross court to the far corner. Bryant Reeves has it. They're just passing it around right now and right into the arms of Hunter Grills. Derek Taylor started to run and decided against it. He looks like he's going to drive it in. He takes about a 10-foot shot, and there it is. It's good. 38-36. Elsberry back to within 2 points. Winfield was not prepared for that. A little miscommunication there, but they got out of it anyway. Here's a three-point shot. No good. Bo Henry up with the rebound. Gets it to Garrick Hill. He got it into the key, but decided to get it back out to Derek Taylor. That's over to Hunter Grills on the near corner. There's Hill with it. Derek Taylor down on the baseline. There's Grills with the three-point attempt. No good, and Winfield came up with the rebound. Winfield driving the baseline, gets it, kicks it out. Kicked it out to Brennan Wilson. Now there was, Hunter Grills could not get it to drop. You've got to get these points in the paint. There was a three-pointer by Ian Pruitt. That takes the score 41-36. And there was an offensive foul called there. I guess that was on, that was on Bo Henry. That's his second. Meanwhile, Winfield with a 5-point lead and the ball. Okay, that was on Hunter Grills. I figured it must have been, but it took him a long time to get that call up there. But either way, Winfield has the ball. Bryant Reeves bringing it up. Ian Pruitt looked at a three-pointer. He is really good at those. But he decides to drive it in with a 10-foot shot off the front of the rim, no good. Winfield controls the rebound. Derek Taylor tried to break that up, but couldn't maintain control of it. Went out of bounds off of him, stays with Winfield. And here comes Trevor Anthony back in. He's playing with 3 fouls. And Derek Taylor just walked right into that one. Long pass there. Trevor Anthony's down, and I hope he's getting up. Looks like he busted up his ankle a little bit. He is walking very gingerly on it. Meanwhile, he's coming out, and Bo Henry's coming back in after just a very short rest. Looks like they're cleaning up some puddles down there, sweat puddles. Trevor Anthony kind of laid on the floor for a while. Now that they got the general house cleaning done, get back to having a basketball game. Bryant Reeves bringing it up the court. Timeout, Winfield. Let's take a break.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, we are back. That was only a 30-second timeout for Winfield. So I'd say they're taking a little bit longer because that was a 30-second commercial. And they're still not back out there. But 4:04 remaining in the third quarter. Scores Winfield 41, Elsberry 38. In this half, there's been 1 foul, and that was against Elsberry. Winfield has not committed any fouls at all. Bryant Reeves has it, brings it across the timeline. Right into the arms of Jake Reimel. See what they're going to do here. Takes it up, and it's good. And there has to be a slick spot down there. I've seen 2 or 3 of these players falling. They need to get that taken care of. Somebody's going to get hurt. Long three-pointer. Derek Taylor up with the rebound on that. Now, Elsberry just needs to settle down. They're back to within 1 point. Get the ball deep into Garrick Hill, and he lost the handle. Or the handle was slapped out of his hand. I think that's what he's thinking. That ball was into Colin Sutton. Got his own rebound because Elsberry can't seem to be getting rebounds. Joel Mound tried bringing it up and ran into Brendan Wilson. The foul was called on Wilson. So now we have Joel Mound bringing it up. He gets it over to Derek Taylor. He's out at the far corner, brings it into the top of the key. Trying to find a lane to go in. There's Joel Mound with a three-pointer, no good. Now, so there's some aggressive play by Elsberry. Jake Reimel took it in strong and drew the foul. That foul was on Charles Rhodes, his second foul of the game. Second team foul for Winfield in this half. Jake Reimel's first shot was up and barely even touched the net. It was so short. Meanwhile, Trevor Anthony back out and second shot is up and it's good. 43-40, 41. That's what I thought it should be. I was waiting for him to put it up there. And there's a three-pointer attempt by Bryant Reeves, and it's no good, and Jake Reimel has a foul called on him. I believe that's his second. It is his second. In my opinion, that was an unnecessary foul. That might come back to haunt later on. First shot is up and it's good. 44-41 Winfield. Second shot is up and it's good. There's three shots here because that was a foul committed during a three-point attempt. Joel Mound coming out of the game. Jack St. Pierre going in. All three free throws were good. Garrick Hill taking it up the court. He gets it back out to Derek Taylor. He takes a shot from the top of the key, and it's not there. There's a shot up and rebound by Garrick Hill. Gets it over to Derek Taylor, and he brings it back out. Garrick Hill at the top of the key. Here's a three-point attempt. Elsberry just cold all of a sudden. Can't hit any basket. Oh, and there was a traveling called on Winfield's Colin Sutton. Thought there was going to be a foul call, but instead they called a traveling. Winfield with a 5-point lead, 1:38 remaining in the third quarter. Ball's in to Garrick Hill. Gets it out to Derek Taylor. He's taking it strong up the court. Bo Henry underneath. Couldn't get the ball to drop. That's the story of the night. And then slammed Winfield player in the face with his arm. So now we have Bo Henry playing with 3 fouls. And he sits down. So we have Trevor Anthony with 3, Bo Henry with 3. Here's a 3-point shot, no good. Jake Reimel comes up with the rebound and he's driving it up strong. Ah, and he pulls it back out. It's over to St. Pierre. There's Garrick Hill for three, no good. Trevor Anthony up strong for the rebound, but couldn't bring it in, but it did get knocked out by Winfield. So Jake Reimel is going to take the ball out of bounds to throw it in. Gets it into Anthony, and 2 points right off the backboard. Less than a minute remaining in the third quarter. 3-point lead for Winfield. And there was a pretty play. That was Chase Rankin took the ball in. Back to a 5-point lead for Winfield. There was Hill driving from the baseline and couldn't get the ball to go in. Here's a 3-point shot, no good. Winfield gets the rebound, and Bryant Reeves puts it up right before the buzzer. Gives Winfield a 7-point lead, 50-43 at the end of the third quarter. Let's take a break.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that, but when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And we are back for the final 8 minutes of this ball game, unless it goes into overtime. Elsberry with the ball. Jack St. Pierre looking at a long 2-point shot. Elsberry needs to get a little bit better on their shooting. Break up the offensive rebounds for Winfield. They just have all kinds of offensive rebounds. There was another 2 points right there by Chase Rankin. And that ball was out of control. Jake Reimel has it. And he just threw it right into the Winfield player. They're not even looking where they're throwing the ball. Here's a 3-point shot. And that was Charles Rhodes. That takes Winfield to a 10-point lead. Elsberry definitely needed that timeout. Let's take a quick break here.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Okay, we're back. 6:55 remaining in regulation of this game. Winfield holding a 10-point, 55-45 lead over Elsberry. Right now, my opinion, the story of the game is the fact that Elsberry is not hitting any of their shots Obviously, they're hitting some. They got 45 points. But they are not hitting the shots from underneath like they should. And the errant passing is horrendous. So, Elsberry takes over the ball. Jack St. Pierre pulled up to shoot and decided against it. Garrick Hill drives in. He got it in the paint. That foul was called on Derek Taylor. That is his third foul. Elsberry now has at least 3 players with 3 fouls. At least 3. I don't have the stats in front of me till I can get me some statistician up here with me. I'm not able to keep that kind of stuff. It's a little bit too difficult. Every time I look down to write down something like that, somebody goes on a scoring spree or something, and I'm not able to see what happens. Winfield with the ball, and there was a travel called on Colin Sutton. Long pass. Hunter Grills down underneath, and 2 points. 6-point lead now for Winfield. There's Colin Sutton going in strong. The foul was called, I'm sure, on Trevor Anthony. That's going to be his 4th. Yep, 4 fouls on Trevor Anthony, still with over 6 minutes remaining in the game. Okay, now what's going on here? Looks like they just kicked a player, or not a player, a fan out of the game. He's got red and white on, so that could be either team. I'm not sure who he's with. Either way, he's not with anybody now. He's gone. Meanwhile, Colin Sutton is at the line with 2 shots. First shot is up, and it's good. Winfield they are hitting the heck out of their free throws. Second shot is up, and it's good. Trevor Anthony with the ball. He needs to get it across that line. There we go. Hunter Grills with it. Derek Taylor over to Garrick Hill. 3-point shot. And it's good. 5-point lead for Winfield. Full length pass. And they just called a foul there on Jake Reimel. I don't agree with that one, but they didn't ask my opinion. That's 3 on Jake Reimel. Bryant Reeves with the ball out at the head of the key. And there's a 3-pointer by Charles Rhodes. Elsberry finally comes up with a defensive rebound. There's Garrick Hill driving in. Couldn't get it. Hunter Grills drove in and threw the ball up there, and it hit the hardware above the backboard, so therefore was out of bounds. Winfield takes over. Got the length of the floor to go. A lot of very sloppy play going on. And inadvertently, Jake Reimel just picked up his 4th foul. That's going to hurt Elsberry big time with the foul trouble that everybody's in. He's got 4. Trevor Anthony has 4. They're going to have to be really, really careful playing. Anthony's still out there. And there's Bryant Reeves with the free throw. Second free throw is up and rolls out. Garrick Hill with the rebound. Gets it to Derek Taylor, brings it up the court. Gets it over to Joel Mound out on the near wing. Now on the baseline, gets it down to Garrick Hill. And he lost the handle on the ball. Winfield throws it away. Both teams are playing very sloppy at this point in time. That ball was just thrown up in the air. Garrick Hill powers his way in, but the ball would not drop. They have got to find a way to get that ball in from the paint. That foul was against Colin Sutton. That's his 3rd foul. So with 4:55 remaining in the 4th quarter in the game, Winfield's starting to see a little bit of foul trouble. Garrick Hill's first shot is up and bounces out. Points in the paint and free throws. Those can't be, you just can't put enough importance on them. Second shot is no good, but Derek Taylor's up with the rebound. And there's a 3-point attempt, and absolutely no good for Jack St. Pierre. Wasn't there at all. Here's a 3-pointer for Charles Rhodes, no good. Derek Taylor up with the rebound. And he's looking at the length of the court. He's going to drive on in. The ball won't drop. Story of the game right there. There's Colin Sutton in, and Jack St. Pierre with the rebound. Joel Mound way out on the wing. And away from the ball. We have a foul on Winfield's Colin Sutton. That's his 4th foul. 3:45 remaining. So Elsberry has 2 players with 4 fouls. Winfield now has 1 player with 4 fouls. There's Derek Anthony with a 3-pointer, no good. And another foul called on Winfield. That foul was on Chase Rankin. That's his 1st foul. And now we have a technical called. That technical was called on Bryant Reeves. That's his 4th foul. All right, so Derek Taylor at the line with a couple of free throws. First one's up and it's good. Makes it a 5-point game. Second one is up and it's good. And Elsberry maintains control of the ball too. All right, now we're having a timeout called by Winfield. Let's take a break.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, we are back for the final 3 minutes and 41 seconds of regulation of this third place game in the 23rd annual Clopton tournament. Right now the possession arrow is in favor of Winfield. They are also in a single bonus. Elsberry still one foul away from being in a single bonus. Winfield has, I believe, 2 players playing with 4 fouls. Elsberry has at least 2 players playing with 4 fouls. And Winfield has a 4-point lead. That's probably the most important thing right now, because the only thing that counts at the end of the game is who has the most points. Joel Mound was looking at a 3-pointer and decided against it. Now Derek Taylor out on the far wing. Trevor Anthony all by himself out there. And there was a foul called. Oh, wow. Now we have another technical called. Okay, that was Charles Rhodes had a foul called on him, and then immediately a technical foul called on him. And the coach, Winfield's coach, just got a warning. So I guess the first 2 free throws now are going to be Trevor Anthony's going to shoot them, because they will be the actual foul. And it rolls out. All right, now we have the technical coming up. Derek Taylor's going to shoot it. He could take this back to a 2-point game with 3:19 remaining. In the meantime, Charles Rhodes has 4 fouls on him. And no good for the first free throw. A lot of Winfield fans here tonight. Second shot is good. It bounced around a long time, but went in. We now have a 58-55 3-point lead for Winfield. Elsberry, now what? Oh, they're wanting a towel back out there. They're wanting to do some more house cleaning. I always thought referees are good to be maids. Only they're not even doing it themselves. They're making the players do the cleanup. Okay, Jake Reimel with the ball, gets it into Derek Taylor. Now Garrick Hill back out to Jake Reimel. Over to Joel Mound. They're setting up. Oh, they telegraphed that pass. And there was Chase Rankin in. Put the ball right in there. Back to a 5-point lead for Winfield. Under 3 minutes to go. 3-point shot by Joel Mound was not there, and Winfield's up with the rebound. There's a shot underneath. They throw it back out, and that's going to be traveling. Oh, no. Fouls on Derek Taylor. It's got to be his 4th. Yes, it is. 2:26 remaining in the regulation of this ball game. 5-point lead, 60-55 for Winfield over Elsberry. First shot by Ian Pruitt was no good. That ball went into play then. Elsberry has the ball out of bounds. Garrick Hill is going to be throwing it in to Derek Taylor. Little over 2 minutes remaining. There's a three-point shot, and it's good for Jack St. Pierre. That takes it back to a 2-point deficit for Elsberry, and they call a timeout. They're calling a full timeout, so let's throw another commercial in here.
Tonight's game is not only
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And we are back for the final 2 minutes and 13 seconds of regulation of this game. Score is 60-58, Winfield over Elsberry. Winfield with the ball. They get the ball up the court, and it's a little bit out of control. And it was knocked out of bounds by Elsberry, so it stays with Winfield. Stops the clock at 2:03. If Jake Reimer would have turned around, he could have had that ball. And Garrick Hill did turn around, and he got the ball. So Jack St. Pierre is bringing it up slow. They could tie the game or take the lead. There's a three-point by Garrick Hill. No good, and it hit the top of the backboard. Winfield got the rebound anyway, but it did hit the top of the backboard, so it was out of bounds, goes over to Winfield. Minute and a half remaining in this game. And, there was Chase Rankin right underneath all alone. Derek Taylor needs to get this thing across the line. 4-point lead for Winfield. 1:10 remaining in the game. And there was a foul on, who was that? That was 22, that's Chase Rankin. That's his second foul. Jack St. Pierre's limping off the court, and Hunter Grills is coming in. But it does put Derek Taylor at the line. I don't know if this is for 1 and 1 or if it's for 2. Must be for 2. I'm sorry, for 1 and 1. Everybody seems to be tensed up, yes. First shot is good. 62-59, 3-point lead for Winfield. Second shot. It rolls around, no good. Winfield with the ball. They're in no huge hurry. 1 minute remaining in this ball game. And there was a foul on Garrick Hill. That's going to be his third or fourth. Third. So we have Colin Sutton at the line with a 1 and 1. Very important free throws here for Winfield. Here comes Joel Mound in, and Hunter Grills out. Free throw is good. Not even remotely surprised at that. Winfield is really good at their free throws. Takes it back to a 4-point lead. 2-possession game with 1 minute remaining. Second shot is good. Still a 2-point possession game. And here comes Jack St. Pierre in for Trevor Anthony. They need to get across that line and get 2 points. There's a 3-point shot by Joel Mound, and it's good! 45 seconds remaining, 2-point game. 62-64, and Winfield calls a timeout. "30-second timeout. We're just going to keep it right here. 41.9 seconds remaining in the regulation of this game. 64-62, Winfield over Elsberry. Both teams are in a bonus. They're not in the double bonus, they're just in a single bonus. The possession arrow is in favor of Winfield. Each team has a number of players playing with 3 and 4 fouls. No big deal with just 41.9 seconds left, but if they go into overtime, it becomes a huge deal. So, both teams back out, try to finish off this contest. Winfield with possession. They're all bunched up out there. Very important pass in. Colin Sutton has the ball, and he's going to bring it up. He's in no huge hurry. Already a whistle. That foul was on Garrick Hill. That's his 4th foul. 34.5 seconds remaining in regulation. Colin Sutton, a very, very good free throw shooter, is going to be at the line for 2 shots. Up and good. Three-point lead for Winfield. Right now it's a 1-possession game. Second shot is good, takes it into a 2-possession game. Derek Taylor bringing it up the court with a little over 30 seconds remaining. And he draws the foul. That foul was on Chase Rankin. That's his 3rd foul. So Derek Taylor to the line for 2 shots because they are now in the double bonus. First shot is up, and it's good. 66-63. 31.2 seconds remaining. 3-point lead for Winfield. Derek Taylor's going to try to make it 2. Second shot is no good. And there was a foul on Jake Reimel. I believe that's 5 for him. It is. So Jake Reimel fouls out of this game. And Garrick Hill is coming in to take his place. He himself playing with 4 fouls. 29.7 seconds remaining. Charlie Rhodes at the line with 2 shots. First shot is up, and it's good. There's a 4-point lead. Takes it back to a 2-possession game. And there was a shot violation on that play. He missed a free throw anyway, but even if he'd have made it, it wouldn't have been any good. So we have a 4-point lead for Winfield. 29 seconds remaining in this regulation. Derek Taylor brings it up. He drives in, cannot get the ball to drop. Winfield gets the rebound. And I believe that's 5 on Derek Taylor. So Elsberry with 2 players fouled out, and Trevor Anthony comes in, himself playing with 4 fouls. 21.3 seconds remaining. Charlie Rhodes at the line with 2 shots. Already a 4-point lead. First shot is up, and it's good. 5-point lead. Still just a 2-possession game. Second shot is up, and it's good. 6-point lead, 69-63. 21 seconds remaining. Garrick Hill brings it up. And here's Jack St. Pierre with a 3-pointer. No good. Garrick Hill up, draws the foul, but the shot from the paint obviously is no good. Naturally, it's no good. That foul was on Ian Pruitt. That's his first foul of the game. Wow, he's been out there the entire game, and that's only his first foul. 10 seconds remaining. Garrick Hill's free throw is up, and it's good. 69-64. Second shot is up, and it's good. 69-65. 4 points. Still a 2-possession game with 10 seconds remaining. There's a full timeout by Winfield. Let's take a quick break.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird luck showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
And we are back. 10 whole seconds remaining in regulation. 69-65. Winfield over Elsberry for this third place game in the 23rd annual Clopton tournament. Winfield gets the ball out of bounds. Heavy pressure by Elsberry. And there was, who was that? That was Bryant Reeves breaking the ball up the court. He was fouled by Hunter Grills. That's his third foul. 6.4 seconds remaining. The icing is already pretty thick on this cake, but Bryant Reeves is about able to pour some ice cream on this icing. And he misses the first half. He misses the first shot of his 2 shots. Bo Henry is out and Garrick Hill is in. Second shot is up and it falls out. So they need to go to the length of the court and get 4 points. There's a 3-point shot, and it's in. Too little, too late. Final score, 68-69. Winfield Warriors over the Elsberry Indians. I'm sorry, 69-68. I need to say it that way. That was a hard-fought game there. Several technicals involved. Elsberry really had the game in hand pretty much in the first half. And then they just started playing very sloppy. They had very errant passes. And one of the biggies is they could not get the points in the paint to go down, and they missed several free throws. I wish I was able to take statistics up here because I'd like to know what the statistics were on their free throw shooting and on their points in the paint. But sitting up here looking at them, it was not good at all. And the turnovers I heard somebody say something last night about one of the girls' teams, that they had more turnovers than they had points. I think that was the case here tonight, too. But that's the way it is in sports. Not everybody can win every game, and this time Winfield defeated Elsberry. But so I guess for the season, Elsberry has defeated Winfield 2 out of 3 times, and as everyone knows, that ain't bad. But now we got Trevor Anthony down there getting his belly wrapped up. If it was higher, I'd say he had a broken rib, but I don't think that's the case. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, I guess I see a lump in his back. I guess maybe they have an ice pack back there. Either way, that's the end of this game. Congratulations to the Winfield Warriors on their 3rd place victory. I know they were the lower seeded team. They have a worse record overall for the year. But congratulations to them. They outlasted Elsberry Indians, outplayed them, and outscored them 69-68. So now I'm going to be going off the air, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch the championship game between the Monroe City Panthers and the Van Far Indians. This ought to be a pretty darn good game. If you're not here, you should be. But I guess if you're listening to me right now, you're not here. So anyway, for the Indian Sports Network, brought to you by the Elsberry Democrat, this is Kenny Masterson saying good night from Clopton High School, and I'll be back again with you, I believe it's Wednesday night, when the boys will be playing at Elsberry against Mexico. And then on Friday night, we have a couple of games. Girls and boys both will be playing in Louisiana, and I'll be there to bring you both of those games. So until then, good night from Clopton.